water resource center in the developing world. Another thing I would like to announce today, we don't have the money for it, but inshallah, as we go ahead, and if the funding situation improves in Pakistan, which is what I have also been talking to Dr. Rajput here, is I'm working on creating technology parks in Pakistan, perhaps initially starting with 3 technology parks, which is what you know is a science park, which becomes part of the campus. And to give you an idea, the Silicon Valley and the Route 128 in Boston are examples of technology parks where the university or the universities in that region become a catalyst. So companies come, the research and innovation that takes place in a university are incubated in small companies, in spin-off industries, through venture capitalism. We introduce things like the business innovation research grants. So we want to establish at least 3 technology parks in Pakistan, having a university as a hub. So one of the technology parks that I would like to put is in Jamshoro, where the 4 universities, the Mehran Engineering University, Sindh University, the Liaquat Medical University, and the Sindh Agriculture University can work together in this technology park. So Sindh benefits because of these technology parks, and Pakistan benefits because of these parks. So that is something I would like to announce, that inshallah, just like at that time we did not have the money when I announced for the water center, but today inshallah we have the money. When we get the next tranche of money, inshallah you will also see the foundations of a technology park come at Jamshoro. Somebody talked, of course, of my experience in the US. Let me tell you, after I left Mehran, I did my master's from the Middle East Technical University first, and then proceeded on to the US and worked as a faculty. And this is what I mean when we say the role of the universities in helping economies, communities, and leaderships. And as we worked as a faculty there, every year we were actually evaluated on these things. Our CVs reflected our contributions towards the communities, towards the economies, and towards leadership. In addition to, of course, showing what research are we doing in terms of journal papers, conference papers, and how much sponsored research is coming in. Pakistan, unfortunately, does not have the culture of research being sponsored in the universities, and that is where we need to change that culture. Currently, most of the money that is coming in the universities for research is coming from the Higher Education Commission. And then through the Higher Education Commission, of course, we have got partners. So we have got 2 international partners. One is with the American universities. We have a program through the USAID, where Pakistani universities jointly with American universities do research, where we and the USAID fund that research. The other one is with the British government through the British Council. We are also working on similar programs with the Germans and the French, and we expect that inshallah, with the Germans already, you know, we are in a draft MOU, so that most likely will be done within the next 2 to 3 months, and we are also currently in a dialogue with the French. So we expect that through the Higher Education Commission, there will be research, there will be an increase in research at the universities. But that is not all, that is government research. What we should actually reach out is for industrial research coming from the private sector. And that is where we are also in the process of setting up these Office of Research Innovations and Creativity at the universities in Pakistan, where a dedicated office would reach out to the private sector and perhaps be able to do things what they need at a lesser cost instead of employing people to solve their problems. And while I have the alumni here sitting out, maybe a large number of them working for private companies, let me make a request here on behalf of Mehran Engineering University that if you have needs that you think you can get it resolved externally, you can outsource those needs, please come to Mehran and get those needs done. You know, I had a very successful career in the United States. I shouldn't be saying that. But within 12 years of joining the State University of New York, I became a full tenured professor. I had 24 publications in the IEEE transactions in more than 120 international papers, in research conferences. But then my life changed because then I relocated back to Pakistan because Shahid Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto wanted me to establish Zabist, which was mentioned by Shafiq Mosavi. And that was one leader that I could not say no, and I believe nobody could have said no to her. So I would also like to remember and honor her because what Zabist became was not because of me, but because it was because of her vision and her dynamic leadership. I had a wonderful chancellor in her, used to work together, and any new ideas, any new departments that came were basically her ideas that I would only implement. You'll be surprised that for 15 years when I was at Zabist, we kept politics away, and that was under her instructions. Her instructions was that I would not invite any single political leader to any function or event at Zabist, which I never did. So even at our convocations, we never invited the ministers and the governors. We used to get speakers from American and British and other universities around the world so they could come and give intellectual keynote lectures at these functions. And that was probably one of the secrets of success, where we kept political interference away from an institution. I think that is something very important, and that is always my message within the country to the presidents and to the governors who are the chancellors of the federal universities and the provincial universities, that if you want institutions to flourish, please do not interfere politically. Let the universities take up its own strength intellectually through their governing bodies, through their syndicates. We have bodies, we have a system in a university, and a system should follow. There should be compliance to an act. But when there is interference that comes from different ways, I do not think universities will flourish. When the vice chancellors themselves are appointed just because a governor or a president has done them a favor, and even the appointment letter says at the pleasure of the governor or at the pleasure of the prime minister or the governor, what do you expect? One single phone call from the governor and president and things are reversed. So I would like to at least request my vice chancellors here that please do not allow political interference in the universities. Say no. As you all know, at the Higher Education Commission, after I left Zabist, because with Mohtarma no more, after her Shahadat, I didn't think I found the right environment to work in Zabist. So I moved on to the Higher Education Commission. And that was my first sting with the government. And every single day I could find out there are 6 ministers and governors and presidents and prime ministers are calling with sifarshes. And my answer to each one of them was no. There is only going to be merit. So please, my brothers and sisters of Mehran graduates, wherever you are, in whatever organization you work, whether you work for the government or for the private sector, please ensure that merit prevails, because only through merit can this country prosper and can this country move ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. And now, I would kindly request our Patron-in-Chief and worthy Vice-Chancellor of Mehran University Engineering Technology, Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan Rajput, and Patron of Mehran University Alumni Association, Engineer Shafiq Haider Musavi, to please present the souvenir of this association to our chief guest of this evening, Chairman, Higher Education Commission, Dr. Javed R. Lagari. Thanks for the people of all shapes and sizes. Thanks for the hearts, small and large. Thanks for the talents and gifts of every soul. Thanks for the known and thanks for the unknown. And now last, but by no means least, the vote of thanks. And for this purpose, I would call upon President of Mehran University Alumni Association, Engineer Hassan Ali Mehman, to please come on podium and present the vote of thanks.
On behalf of Mehran University Alumni Association, I thank Dr. Javed Lagari, Chairman, Higher Education Commission, Government of Pakistan, to give us this precious time to be with us this evening. I am grateful to the Vice Chancellor, Mehran University of Engineering and Technology, and other Vice Chancellors who have been kind enough to attend our program. My thanks, special thanks to all engineer graduates who have come here from various places like Karachi, Islamabad, and even from abroad to attend this program. Lastly, my compliments to all organizers of today's evening. I thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this ceremony concludes here. For dinner, now I request our guest ladies to please proceed first for dinner area from the get on their right side. And all the worthy guests and members are requested to proceed afterwards.